one of my latest videos, I did an all-out PAA, aka Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, aka Phoenix Shaving shave. But there was just one little tiny thing missing, and that was a PAA blade. So for today's shave, it will be 100% Phoenix shaving. I will start my shave off with the PAA Cube 2.0. For my soap, I'll be using Outer Spice. Now this soap pays homage to the one and only Old Spice. And now I'm talking about the Schulten's Old Spice, the original Old Spice. Sadly, I never had the opportunity to get my nose on the original Old Spice. So as far as comparison, I have nothing to compare it to. But because I do have a few PAA soaps that are inspired by or pay homage to certain fragrances, PAA does a fantastic job matching those scents. And I can tell you right now, if I had the original Old Spice, this soap would be bang on with the scent. Within this soap, you've got that citrus, vanilla within it. It's got some spice in there. And of course, the musk, which brings out that masculinity within this soap scent. Fantastic job, Phoenix Shaving. And to lather up this fantastic soap, I'll be using my newly acquired 26mm atomic rocket. This is a beaut, and the feel of this synthetic knot is amazing. And then I'll be taking down roughly 3 days worth of growth with the PAA Ascension. I believe that's how you pronounce it. For an open comb razor, this thing is quite a mild razor. And once all the growth is gone, the face is feeling nice and smooth, I'll go ahead and finish off the entire shave with PAA Outer Spice Aftershave Splash. And here we go with the PAA Cube 2.0 pre-shave. And now, if you are new to traditional wet shaving, or maybe this is the first wet shaving video that you're watching, heck, maybe it's the first video you're watching of mine. If that's the case, thank you, appreciate it. What I just did was apply pre-shave. Now for me, I find the pre-shave, whether it's the cube or pre-shave oil or pre-shave cream, gives a little extra slickness with the shave. Now if you're wondering, what do you mean by slickness? Slickness is, while I'm shaving, it's almost like my razor's just cutting right through butter. It is nice and slick as I'm going through my shave, and it's a fantastic feeling. So now what I'm gonna do is load my brush. Now, one thing I should also mention, I will have a link down in the description. If you want to pick up anything from PAA, check out that link, browse the website. There's tons to browse. And anything that you do decide to purchase, I do make a small commission off of that. And every dollar that I make, I put back into the channel, whether it's upgrading my sound and video or bringing in new products to try and test for you guys. If you use the link, it's deeply appreciated. All right, so my brush is nicely loaded. And when I load my brush, I like to load my brush dry. I know there's a lot of people out there that get their brush wet first, then go into the tub, start loading while the brush is wet. I used to do that, but I found all that water in my tub kind of drove me nuts. It was advised that I try loading my brush dry, and I've been doing it for a while and it's been working out. So what I'll do now is I'll take the brush, I'll dunk it into the sink of water, give it a few swirls, then give it a few really good shakes to get most of the water out and start building up my lather. So let's go ahead and build up my lather. So what I'm doing here is splaying my brush, which means I'm pressing the brush right up against my face. And as you can see, it's splaying. The purpose of this is to help build the lather as well as help lift the hairs so that they can be cut. Now I feel my face is nicely lathered. Let's go ahead, load up the razor, and get on with that shave. So the Ascension is an open comb. Now what do I mean by open comb? As you can see, there are grooves in here. So this means it's open. If these grooves weren't here and there was just a straight bar, then that's what it would be, a straight bar. The Ascension is a 3-piece razor. There's 1 piece, 2 pieces, and 3 pieces. To load this razor is pretty much how you load any 3-piece razor. They're all pretty much the exact same way. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss in a PAA blade. So what you're going to want to do is grab the top cap. As you can see, there's a little center bar here. And then on each side of the bar, you have these little nubs, if you want to call them that. So when you grab your blade, you'll notice a big opening here. But in the center, you'll see a circle. You're just going to want to line up your blade with your top cap. Just like that. Now you grab your bottom plate, line it all up. And there you have it. Let's go ahead and screw the handle on. Now the Ascension is all loaded and ready to get to work. First pass with the PAA Ascension, and I'll be going with the grain. And if you're wondering, well, what the heck is with the grain? Take my cheeks as an example. My hair, or my growth, grows downwards on my cheeks. So when I say I'm going with the grain, it means I will be shaving downwards. All right, and there you have it. First pass is done. Gotta say, I think this blade is a little sharper than what I was expecting. It's the first time I'm ever using this blade. It does feel good. It's also making this razor feel like it's a little more aggressive than the very first time I've used it. Still efficient, still fantastic, just new. All right, let me go ahead and get on with that second pass. Chris, what do you mean second pass? You just shaved, aren't you done? Well, my friend, when it comes to traditional wet shaving, you shave the way you want to. For me, I'm gonna go on with the second pass. I absolutely love the masculine scent coming out of this soap. I don't know what it is about those old school scents. I feel like I am my grandfather shaving right now. And I love this. All right, and here we go. Second pass with the PAA Ascension, and I'll be going across the grain. Chris, hey, I have a question. What's across the grain? So during that first pass, I went with the grain. Like I said, my hair grows downwards on my cheeks. So when I shave downwards, I'm going with the grain. Now I'm going across the grain, which means I'm going to be shaving across my grain, or side to side, if you will. So here we go with my second pass. And there you have it. Second pass in the books. This shave is feeling good. And yes, that blade is definitely on the sharper side. If you have experience with the PAA blade, I'd be interested to know, is that a sharper blade? So now that I'm done my second pass, I'm gonna go in for my third and final pass. Wait a second here. You're going to shave again? Yes, when I shave, I do 3 passes. I will go with the grain for my first pass, across the grain for my second pass. And now for my third pass, I'm gonna be going against the grain. Well, slow down before you start asking questions. When I say I'm going against the grain, I'll be going upwards against the growth of my hair. So hold tight. Let's get on with that third and final pass. As you can see, my face is nicely lathered up and ready for that third pass. But check this out. I don't know if the camera's doing justice. There's still a ton of soap on here. I could probably go for 10 passes if I needed to. There's still a ton of soap left over. All right, here we go for my third and final pass with the PAA Ascension, and I'm going against the grain. right, and there you have it. Third pass in the books. Here is a teaching moment for you. It doesn't matter how mild your razor may be. You always have a chance of nicking yourself if you are not treating that razor with respect and taking your time. For example, I gave myself a little bit of an unwanted present. Don't let what I did scare you, because it's bound to happen at one point. But it's okay, because I'm going to show you how to heal up any cuts you might get. So hold tight while I wash off the rest of my soap and finish off the rest of my shave. All right, let me get in there with the Parker's alum block. So what I'm doing right now is just holding the alum block to the nick that I gave myself. The alum serves a bunch of different purposes. It will help with any irritation or nicks. It helps tighten up your skin. And for me, it gives me a good indication on how well that shave went. I'm not even feeling a tingle. That was quite a nice shave. Now the flip side to that is if I was feeling a ton of stinging or a burning sensation, then I know that I was being really aggressive during that shave, maybe not paying attention, maybe trying to rush it. But because I'm feeling nothing, I had a really good shave. And for me, feeling nothing at all besides the little nick, that rarely ever happens. So now what I'm gonna do is wash up my gear, clean up my area, and get everything ready for my next shave. I'm also going to leave the alum on my face. So hold tight while I get everything all cleaned up. All right, so the PAA Ascension is all cleaned up and ready for its next use. And the PAA Atomic Synthetic Brush is all cleaned up and ready for its next use. So I've gone ahead and I've cleaned up the rest of my area. Now everything is ready for my next shave. And now while I was cleaning, I could feel the alum tingling and working its magic. As a matter of fact, while I'm speaking to you right now, I still feel the alum tingling and doing its thing. Next, what I'm gonna do is wash off the alum with cold water and get ready to put on some Thayers. First, I'll apply the clear Thayers, followed by the hydrating milky tone. All right, let me go ahead and finish off the entire shave with PAA Outer Spice Aftershave Splash. And Doug from PAA taught me a little trick. Watch this. Now, I'm not sure if you can do this with all aftershave splashes, but you can do this with PAA. So cover the hole and tip your bottle upside down. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? One of my favorite things in the world is that aftershave burn. Scent of this is incredible. I swear I'm in a time capsule and I just shaved from the 1950s. Use the link down in the description and pick up some PAA as soon as you can. All right, and there you have it. End of the shave. That was exactly what I needed. And if you're new to traditional wet shaving, or you're considering giving it a shot, and you made it all the way to the end of the video, first off, thank you. I really hope you were able to get something out of this video. Something that will help gear you in the right direction. On that note, you make it a great shave, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.